Hi, it's week 20 of the Road to 100 interviews. Guess who I want to try and interview this week? Not that I think he's going to reply, but you don't know if you don't ask. I have a picture of Michael Bublé on my wall, and last year I found an app on my phone that is meant to make pictures sing. So I made Michael Bublé sing Holly Jolly Christmas by Michael Bublé, and I don't know if that's creepy or kind of fun. I've also been thinking about Mike Plume, and they are two completely different artists. When I first saw Mike Plume 13 years ago, he was in Mount Forest, and I just loved his way of storytelling. And so he was playing this one song, and I can't remember what it was now, and he said, "This next song is dedicated to my parents." He said, "I hope they're burning in hell." And to me today, that is still funny in a morbid, awful way. But I knew from there we'd be friends. Then I saw Mike again a few months later at a festival, and I went to meet him and get my picture signed that we took together in Mount Forest. And he said that he had to go home and that he didn't need his backstage pass anymore. And he's like, "Would you like it?" And then there was a lady behind me, and she said, "Yes." And he's like, "I wasn't talking to you." So he gave me his backstage pass, and it was valid, and I was able to go back there and get pictures with Johnny Reed and Doc Walker. So I always remember that being a really fun day. Thanks, Mike. So I thought, why not take it a step further and pick another Mike, and I picked Mike Robins. You might remember Mike Robins from a band called Autumn Hill, but he has since moved on to other projects. And today we're going to talk about dying and also magic. So that's fun. And I'm about to do interview number 92 with Chris Stillar. With Chris being a medium, it kind of gets you thinking about death and loss and grief and the end of days. But I will try to keep this as lighthearted as possible. You have a book, Pennies from Heaven, and I was wondering, what did you want people to take away from that when they read it?
Just that love lives on. You know, when we lose somebody that we love, well, it doesn't matter. Even if you lose somebody you hate, it doesn't matter. Love lives on. And the ones you hate and the ones you love and the ones you just kind of liked, they're all okay on the other side and they stay connected. So that's probably the takeaway. I would want people to know that you don't have to pay my fee or any medium's fee to know that your loved one's okay. They absolutely are, regardless of how they died or regardless of how they lived their life.
Hi, it's May 10th, and I'm just going out soon, which is why I have my sunglasses on in the apartment. I'm going to see my friend Keith Brown. He is a magician, and he was one of the first people that I interviewed for my blog. He was going to be one of the last people I interviewed when I volunteered for another website about people that love their jobs. And Keith didn't get back to me before I quit doing that, and so I reached out to him again later to do it under my name, and he's like, "I appreciate your persistence," and we're still friends. I met Keith Brown at a fundraiser for an AIDS hospice here in London. I was there actually to see another performer named Justin Hines, who I love so much, and Keith happened to also be there as a magician. And it was just really bad timing for this concert. I bought the ticket before I even moved into my apartment because I knew I was coming and I wanted to see Justin Hines. And my friend Justin, a different Justin, passed away during this time. I felt so guilty going to this show to see Justin Hines and not saying goodbye to my friend Justin. But I went to the show because I had just moved here and it was a lot of travel to come here, move here, and then have to go right back home. It was not my best moment, and I was sitting there crying, and Keith came up to me. Never met Keith before. He's like, "You want to see a card trick?" And I'm just bawling, and I'm like, "Yes!" That's how we met. And you knew about my cat that liked to bite people.
So when you left me, did you feel a little bit better at the time?
I felt a lot better.
Yeah. That is why I do what I do. And a lot of times I'm not familiar. People don't tell me. I don't get the feedback, but I do trust that it makes a difference for them.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be doing this interview today if I didn't have a positive experience with you. So I'm really grateful for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Annette.
Here, I can show you a magic trick of my own. Hold on. Wouldn't that have been awful if someone was just standing there, like, lurking?